Hello, 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 you amazing, incredible, brilliant, fantastic, razzle-dazzle coach, you. Yes, you. And I'm Ben Dooley, MCC coach. I specialize in growing coaches fast, quick, deep. I'm here to help you. That is, if it's all right. If it's all right with you, is it okay? Is it all right? Do I have your permission to challenge you, to push you, to step in and expand and deepen and stretch and grow you in amazing ways? Even just with this video. I'm going to be honest. I'm assuming I have permission because you're here watching this. And if I don't have permission, turn it off or make it okay. But that's the topic for today's little brief webinar and or web whatever this is. Um, this is in tandem with the Coaching Skills Forum calls. And if you are not on these calls, you please get on these calls. These calls are amazing. They are twice a month. Coaches from all over gather on a conference line, and we explore our coaching skills in deep and provocative conversation. We stretch and grow in amazing ways, and I can tell you, as of this recording, I have done this for well over 18 years, and every single one has been mind-blowing. But you have got to show up. And so let's make it easy. Go to coachingskillsforum.com, and all that information is there, and they're free. So why would you not? Of course. And these videos are not covering the amazing rich brilliance that is on those calls. These videos are stirring it up and going in kind of different directions. And so I want to talk with you a bit about this skill, this tool that we have in our coaching that's all about asking permission. And there's, look, I'm going to cover a couple of basic logistics because it's kind of a standard thing, but trust me, this is going to go deep, really deep. So the standard basic of asking permission is, and we're taught this, well, is it all right if I ask you a challenging question? Well, is it okay if we go here? Well, you know, do I have your permission to this and that? Yes, absolutely yes. Now, what I want to point to is there's a little bit of a trap that shows up here. There's a part 2 to this, by the way. That's going to be next week. So no, it won't be next week. This is it. All right. So there's a I just threw myself off. So there's a little trap that shows up here, in that we start taking ourselves out of the steering and the guiding and the drive of the coaching, and understandably so, because we're trained not to lead and take, and we're going to drive, and that becomes more consulting, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to take this, and we're going to, and all that stuff. We're taking charge. Now that's a different topic, and we're in the A, that's a T, so it's going to be a while before we get there. By the way, you can check out all the archived recordings of the Coaching Skills Forum, and we've talked about taking charge way so many times. But notice how that's in contrast with asking permission. Typically, there's more. There's a deeper layer to this. So the trap is that we start asking permission for everything. Is it okay, client? And is it all right if I? And can I? And should I? And will I? And this is where I'm going to point you, dear coach, to be careful how much you ask permission in the obvious sense, because what they need is that partnership. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. So what they don't need is for us to be constantly deferring and asking and asking and asking and asking, because then it actually conveys we don't really know what we're doing. We are not convinced and confident of where we're going and how we're holding the client. So I'm not saying don't. I'm saying let's be careful about how we fall into an all or nothing deal. And there's many other ways to ask permission than just the standard obvious. Is it all right if I? Can I? Should I? Will I? Do I? All right. There's many ways. So now let's go into what are the deeper layers of this asking permission. And that's If you watched any of these other videos, and if you haven't, go back and check them out because they're here and they're amazing. And you know I'm going to talk about the core of our coaching, that deep, quintessential, essential three powerful principles of masterful coaching. If you're doing these three, you're doing powerful coaching, including you're doing powerful asking permission rather than weak asking permission. There's a difference. And I hope you get the difference because it truly is the difference between basic, okay, nice, polite, safe coaching and powerful, solid, masterful coaching. And it doesn't mean dismiss asking permission, it's actually incorporating asking permission in a deeper level. And that happens when you apply it to the core. What is the core? Funny you should ask. I'm going to tell you. And if you've watched any of these videos, you know what the core is already. And if this is your first time, or if you forgot, don't worry. Right now, that core is those three principles. And those three principles open up and deepen and solidify your coaching in amazing ways and access those core competencies and those higher coaching skills. That CO in that core stands for connecting. We must have connection with our clients. If you're connected with your client, then everything flows. This is where we have relationship. This is where we have give and receive. This is where we have a connection in thought, connections in ideas, connections in direction, connection in purpose, connection in relationship. That's what we're all here for. We must have connection with our clients. When we have that connection, now we're able to access a deeper experience in our coaching. I mean, you get that, right? And by the way, this is not just connection with our clients. It's about having that deep, powerful connection to ourselves, connecting to that brilliant, amazing, powerful coach that lies within. You see this? So when we have that connection, notice how that changes asking permission. This is one of the big differences between okay coaching and asking permission. And is it all right if I, and can I, and should I, and which one do you think, and how about this? Now, you're not connecting with your client. You get that. You're not connecting. You're constantly trying to connect. Maybe you're more about doing it right, which is not connecting with your client. Am I doing it right? What's the safe way? What's the polite way? But when you are deeply connected with your client, now asking permission has a whole nother level. Is it all right if we, how do we, I'm about to, I want to do this. How do I, all of this, when you're connecting with your client, that asking permission sinks so much deeper. And now you're going to ask about the things, permission for the things that truly need permission. And you're going to take that charge and take that ownership and take that lead in the coaching when it's appropriate. Because now you're connecting to yourself and you're connecting to your client. And now there's that flow. And I know you've experienced that a little bit, sometimes, a lot, all the time. I don't know. But I can tell you that big difference is connecting. CO, connecting. The R in core is all about revealing the client to themselves. So let's look at this with asking permission. Asking permission on that surface is not revealing anything. It's just, is it okay? There's no revealing. It's not powerful. But when you're asking permission for the purpose of revealing the client to themselves, is it all right that we go here? Do I have your permission to ask a challenging question? It's not so that I feel better and safe. It's about already starting to reveal. When you're asking that permission, you're actually already opening up the client. You're already creating those channels because you're connecting, and you're revealing now a place for deeper client by asking permission. I know you get that. And that, so connecting, CO, connecting, R, revealing. That E in the core is empowering the client. Again, the weak asking permission is kind of empowering me. Is it okay if I do this? Is it all right? Do I have your permission? Is it okay? It's coming from a weak place. But knowing you, the coach, your client has come to you for those questions, for to take them in those directions. They're coming to you in order to point out those things that are hard and uncomfortable to hear. The asking permission is not about you. It's about them. You're asking them permission so that they feel empowered in the receiving. It may be a little thing, it may be a semantic, but it's an incredibly important semantic. You're asking permission in order to empower them. And of course, they're going to say yes. And if they say no, for whatever reason, they're empowered to say no. Rather than, and how many times, see, here's part of the problem. When you hear that asking permission coming from a weak place, they most of the time kind of obligatory say, yeah, sure, go ahead. But notice when they do that, when you ask from a weak, unsteady place, then they give you a weak, unsteady permission. In which case, whatever you say or ask or do it may have a great impact, but it also may not, because they're not truly in a space for it. But when you are connecting, revealing, and empowering, that asking permission is so much deeper, so much stronger. And you're not asking permission from a weak place. You're asking permission from a powerful, masterful coaching place. You know that what you're about to ask or say or do or take them or whatever it is that you're asking permission about, you know it is important. You may not know how important it is or why it's important or what's going to happen as a result of that. This isn't about predicting. This is about knowing what you are about to say or do is important. And the asking permission is coming from that place. And now you're connecting to the client through asking permission. You get that? Like, if your intention is to connect with your clients, well, then you're going to be asking permission from a powerful place. And if you're asking permission from a powerful place, that instantly creates connection. If you're in a powerful asking permission, you're strong, you're solid, you have a knowing. And now I'm going to ask permission in that powerful way. You are instantly revealing the client to themselves. What are you revealing? Their discomfort, their challenge, their unfamiliarity, their awareness, their clarity, their power, their purpose. Not in the, notice that revealing is not just in the telling or the doing, it's actually in the asking permission. And you're also revealing to them their own personal power that they naturally possess. Their power to say yes or no. Their power to accept, receive, or resist. Connect, reveal, and empower. that will take your asking permission to a whole nother level. Try it, practice it, check it out. Don't take my word for it. And have a wonderful time experiencing it. And by the way, you're welcome to come back for more. Contact me directly. Check out the class that I teach, the Fast Pass to Masterful Coaching. It's a level 3 MCC training that will blow your mind. You think this is good? I ask your permission to tell you more. Come to me. Contact me directly. Go to bedo.org, bedo.org. You'll see it in the tag. All right. Until next time, have a wonderful, happy, asking permission coaching. Hey there, you beautiful, amazing, fantastic, delicious, razzle-dazzle, and masterful coach. Yes, you, masterful coach, because you're watching this, which tells me you are a masterful coach. There's more to learn, and that's where I come in. Go to bedo.org. You'll also see it right here. And go to bedo.org, and that's where you're going to find tons of other materials, resources, videos, recordings, audios, free calls, a free membership level, tons of stuff, incredible amounts of materials just for you. Regardless of whatever level of coach you are right now, you are going to find tremendous value and resource. And it's all here at bedo.org. bedo.org. Go check it out, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.